Hello everyone, I am Jack and I'm back. And it's still hot here, in case you couldn't tell. I'm sweating like crazy. But I'm making progress. All right, so I was able to use my rotation to rotate the spindle so that it was at an angle that I could see, so that since I magically got a display here, I thought, well, let me see what I can do with this. So I went ahead and I wired up the spindle. And I come over here, hopefully don't touch anything I'm not supposed to touch. This is obviously is not up there. I'll use my knee and hopefully I don't get shot. Alright, so I look at this and I see that there is a run and a stop and some kind of set and a 1 and a 2 and an escape. I don't know what any of those mean, but you know what? A green run button seemed like the thing to do, so I push it. Now I did previously work and get this speed as low as it could go, which I'm guessing it's 2 RPM or a little over 2 RPM, just a guess. But anyway, the good news is this works. Previously there was no display or anything. And then I had it set wherever it was spinning real fast and I could hear it, but I couldn't see it. And even when I looked at it, I couldn't see it. So I went in with my Sharpie and colored part of it black so that from here I can see that sure enough the thing works. I come over here and hit the stop button. And where'd that thing go? There it is. It stopped. So let me hit the run again. Sorry about that. There we go. So it runs. And then I can find the button. It stops. Okay, so then I can change the speed. Let me go ahead and do that and hit the run button. I won't be able to get it to go this slow. It is really touchy, but if I speed it up, I can stop it. And this is what it was doing before, so it was hard to tell. It was spinning. I mean, I could tell, but it wasn't easy. And then I'll slow it down, and there's a spot right in between. There we go. So there I can get it to go slow. All right, so I've got a spindle that works. Everything works. I just got to get it to work correctly. And then I got to figure out how do I do all this stuff, because I've been busy just trying to get this stuff to work. Which gets to my next question, and those that you want to help, great. If you don't, just skip on by. Okay, but I assume there must be a way to control that spindle from the Mach 3 panel. I will look this up when I get home. Like I've said before, I don't have a connection, and that internet connection works squat here. I try to search and then I get the buffering constantly. It's just where we are. They don't even have a decent, when I called about getting an internet service, they even warned me. They said, our internet service is so slow out there that you're not going to be happy with it. So I didn't bother connecting up. I used my phone. And again, it doesn't do a very good job. This happens to be, I've got Verizon service. This happens to be a dead spot. Up until, I don't know, several months ago, I had AT&T. It worked fine. My girlfriend had Verizon. She couldn't get squat. But we decided to get on the same plan, and now I'm kind of in that dead spot. All right, so I will look this up, but if somebody can help me figure out, is there some menu? I know that previously I was told hit the tab, and that comes up, and there's stuff there that I would think might work, but I clicked around and I couldn't get anything to work as far as the motor itself goes. So if anybody could help me figure out what to do, I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll do the typical internet search. All right, anyway, I just wanted to show you that I am making progress and it's looking good. Again, get a couple of missing pieces, fix some wiring, fix a lot of wiring routing. I do need to get some of that plastic stuff for the guide so that the wires, when I do wire them correctly, go where they're supposed to. I wish they wouldn't have cut all the wires off at the same place, because that's going to be a bundle of connections. Initially, I'm just going to connect everything up. The wire itself is good. It is shielded multi-strand, but I don't like, obviously, having all of those connectors all together. I actually don't like having connectors at all, but I especially don't like having them all in the same area. And of course, they'll be unshielded because the shielding has to be cut back to make the connections. Anybody has any good suggestions on how to get around that issue, that would be great. Also, I can get rid of these butt connectors when I get to that point. So like I said, got a lot of rewiring to do, got the Z-axis to fix, got some missing pieces to do. And then what do I do about the spindle? As far as, I assume there's some kind of tool, collet or something. Let me look at this box. Yeah, there's a couple collets here. Let's see what these are. All right, that's looks like a collet. I don't know. You guys tell me. Initially, I thought these were collets, but I don't see how they would work with that because it doesn't look like it threads anywhere. Anyway, if somebody can help me figure that out, what I need to order, and then recommend a tool. What I'm going to be cutting is foam, so I don't think it has to be really picky about it. Obviously, I don't want a real fine tooth cutter because I'm cutting foam. I need something that's probably going to hog out a lot of material. And there's my motor right there. Let's see, let me go ahead and go up here. And again, let me do this. So here is my fiberglass front end. It's buried, but you can see